Hello, it's Helder here, and today I want to talk to you about these individual first aid kit pouches brought to you by the Atomic Bear. But first I want to share a little story with you on why I even ended up picking up these pouches in the first place. And it's certainly not a flattering story for me, but need to be honest and convey information. That's how we all learn, and since I talk about that all the time, I guess even the stuff that I don't want to share at times, if it's relevant, I do have to share it. So make a long story short, I'm out in the field enjoying myself. I'm with my wife and a couple of our dogs, and we're on a trail hiking, and Bruno, my pit bull, decides to go ahead and step on a yellow jacket's nest. Well, that didn't bode well too well for him. He ended up getting stung all over the place. I see him panicking, jump into the mix, and I ended up getting stung. Little did I know that I'm highly allergic to bee stings after all of these years. I ended up going into shock. My wife ended up calling 911. 22 first responders show up because we were about 2 miles into this trail. And they, of course, had to alternate and figured that they had to carry me out and all this other stuff. So it was a heck of a ruckus. Very embarrassing. Ended up in the hospital. Not another flattering point for me to convey here. And moral of the story is I now need to carry an EpiPen with me everywhere that I go. So, needless to say, searched the internet, was familiar with the Atomic Bear, saw that they just released these, and said, you know what, let me give them a try. So far their stuff has been good to go, and I don't see why these pouches would be any different. So let's go ahead and get into some detail on why I am now using these pouches and why they might be a good solution for you. Now, first off, I feel that these little pouches, not only are they well made, but they're almost a mini backpack in themselves. They're meant for quick access. So you have the zippers here and a bit of Velcro tying them up on the top. So as you unzip the zippers, open up, and it'll expose everything. I have a couple EpiPens in here. I have a Mylar blanket in here because, of course, I ended up going into shock and was feeling cold and all this other stuff. But I'll stop talking about that story now. Inside of here, you'll see that there are just a plethora of different pouches and various configuration options that you can have. I've already thought about different ham radio applications for my smaller radios and extra batteries and cables and all of that. Stuff that I would basically need to affix to the outside of my pack and have easy access to it. So any of the packs, which most of them these days have a Molle setup and a Molle webbing, let's say, on them. On the back here, it does contain its own little Molle webbing. So once again, you can be creative and flexible. And it also has these two button-down straps. And what I do is connect these two straps here to the bottom of the webbing on my actual pack. And all of my packs do contain this type of webbing. I'll go ahead, snap these snaps in. And what's cool about that, it is now fastened to the pack. It's on the outside, not taking up any room inside, and more importantly, super quick access for whatever you need, especially in my situation. Now, the one issue that I have, if there is an issue, is that the way these zippers tie up. Now, they're excellent for what they were designed for, which is the quick access. But once again, the only thing really securing my contents in here is this Velcro strap up here, which is pretty strong. But at the same time, I know from past experience that I usually want to dummy cord everything just to be secure. So what I have here is just, you could use any D-ring, but I end up having this D-ring here. And what I'll do is I'll clip this strap here so that while I'm out and about in the field and doing my thing, I don't have to worry about the contents of this pack spilling, because now it is secured or dummy corded, even though it's not a cord here. And then, of course, to have access, super simple, just open it up, take out the D-ring, zippers come down, pull it, and you have access to the contents of your pouch. So bottom line, if you are in the market for one of these type of pouches, whether you are using it for first aid purposes or combat casualty kit or a plethora of other things that you can utilize it for, definitely take a look at this pouch. I'm certainly impressed with it. The price point is good. The quality is very good. And once again, it has the Atomic Bear's lifetime warranty. So you have very little to lose. You don't like it, send it back. Once again, this is Helder. I hope that you found this review helpful.